So normally I don't do news type videos because there's really nothing to go on. So I hope I didn't make the title too clickbaity. But in this week's weekly update, what is this week? The 26th of January, we do have some final small confirmations of stuff that's going to be in a patch. We know that there's going to be a patch at some point before springtime. We know it's going to come before a springtime patch. So in this patch, they're talking about what they're going to do as far as sandbox changes. As far as weapon balances and some other things, they at least list the goals of a patch, which that's something that they haven't really done before, as far as, tempering our expectations with what to expect from a patch. Something I definitely like seeing. So without further ado, here are the goals that we can expect for the patch that's going to become sometime in mid-February. I can't remember where in this that they say that. Oh, there it is. So they're going to be doing a stream before the patch comes out, and the patch should come out before mid-February. Hopefully. Anyway, the goals for what they're going to be doing on this is they're going to promote alternatives and counters to shotguns. This is good because, shotguns, I feel like they're overall in a good place. You don't really need to mess with them too much. I know you can probably quote me many, many times saying nerf shotguns. That's mostly out of Salt and Rage. But talking about shotguns and the meta that they exist in, shotguns do their job perfectly. They kill from a respectable distance. If you can, close the gap, you should be rewarded for it. Yes, it is easy to do that, but that's maybe not the problem with shotguns. So promoting alternatives and counters to shotguns could be things like making sidearms more viable, mostly equipping or increasing the equip speed, making it possibly easier to fire them. I feel like sidearms could hopefully have the hair trigger perk added to them because it's very difficult to make use of the higher rate of fire sidearms right now without actually hurting your finger a ton. Other alternatives could also be making fusion rifles slightly more consistent across the board. I think that would be much appreciated in both PvE and PvP. Number 2, align potency of primary weapons with surgical changes. So the key word there is surgical changes. In the past, when they've kind of redone primary weapons and balance patches, they've gone in there swinging a very large sledgehammer. Auto rifles as a whole got nerfed into the ground very hard. Hand cannons as a whole got nerfed into the ground very hard with the removal of bloom and the overall range reduction nerfs. Pulse rifles got hurt very hard, but basically primaries as a whole have been hurt with very large sweeping changes. And a lot of the times it really needs a more surgical, going in there and individually fine-tuning stuff. Now, what the hell that means, we don't really know until we see the actual patch notes, but surgical changes does mean that they are one of their main goals when going into balancing this is, look at things that need to be looked at on a one-on-one basis instead of as a whole. File down a couple of issues from each class. I can hope that this means Stormcallers, your melee has a ticking time bomb on when it's finally going to be nerfed. That's just me speaking as a hunter. But it is a very strong class ability. Jug Shield shouldn't be able to absorb an infinite amount of damage in one shot. There's a bunch of other class abilities as a whole that could be looked at. Like, I'd love for Solar Titans, for maybe their hammers, to apply melting point when you throw a hammer. So that would be a wonderful PvE buff for Solar Titans. Things like that. That'd be really cool to see across all classes instead of just nerfs across the board. Fix some issues with a sampler platter of exotics. So, I think we all know that there are a bunch of exotics that are very underwhelming, both armor and weapons. Armor, I can speak really well about hunters because, that's all I really play. Radiant Dance Machines, pretty bad Astrocyte verse on Warlocks. Definitely needs some sort of looking at, as it currently does nothing. For exotics, maybe make hand cannons, the range on this particular hand cannons. If you're not going to buff range on hand cannons in a particular way, maybe make it so I'm rambling. You get the idea there. Support adjustments to special ammunition. Don't really know what that means, but supporting adjustments to special ammunition means hopefully we'll see some sort of changes to the special ammunition economy in PvP, as well as maybe some in PvE as well. I said as well many times there. Anyway, So we finally have something. Hopefully it should be out mid-February. And then there's going to be another patch coming, I believe, sometime in the spring. So yeah, next download scheduled for mid-February. Fantastic. It is currently the 26th of January, so hopefully like 2 to 3 weeks from now, we should be seeing some actual patch notes, a stream about this, and then I'll make a video that's more detailed than me just rambling and thinking about what this could be and reading what it actually is. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.